Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to mid-July. I didn't do my makeup, and I'm still wearing my favorite t-shirt that I was sleeping in. It's a Johnny Cash shirt. Man in Black. Okay. And I knew I was going to do your reading today, and as soon as I woke up this morning, I just wanted answers. I wanted resolution, and I wanted action, and I wanted to move forward. And I was like, okay, those are all really positive things, not necessarily how I operate all the time, and especially not with such intensity, but there it was. Very interesting. But your astrology backs it up. Things have been too slow. And I think amongst a lot of you, there may even be a sense of not just too slow, backwards, not evolved enough. You're just like, I need more. I want more. So on the 22nd, the sun will move into Leo, and it will meet Mercury and Venus. Now for you, Scorpio rising, that's your 10th house of career. And there, Mercury, Venus, and the sun in Leo will oppose Pluto in Aquarius. Now what does that do for you? Things that have been too slow begin to move very quickly. Link-ups, associations, collabs. Someone you just met, things get super intense, romantically. So we have here the Six of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and this Two of Cups. So there's something so kind of jittery about this energy. Are you guys nervous? Yeah, you can very easily get sucked into something right now that is a mirror image of something you've already been in, and I think you guys already know. I think you genuinely already know, and I'm just catching up on this feeling because the jitters, like I can't speak properly, things are falling out of my hands. That's not me. The jitters I'm feeling is like there is a huge inner conflict going on between you and yourself right now, between I would say the part of you that's been through the pain and the part of you that's forgotten the pain of what the previous incarnation of this situation looked like. You've forgotten the pain of it. So the part of you that remembers is wounded, perhaps still bleeding. You heal very slowly. That's okay. There's an internal struggle here, and we've just come out of this Mars-Uranus conjunction. This is right across from you, okay? And it indicates this kind of coming together, this healing of a bond, the healing of a wound, running towards something that reminds you of something in the past in the hopes of healing it. But here's my worry. That all sounds great. But my worry is that you are seeing something that's not necessarily there, but looks enough like something you lost that you want to rectify badly, that you're willing to imagine it. There is some slight tinge of revenge to this, Scorpio. Like revenge on yourself. Like you didn't do this right the first time. Let's do it right this time. Let's prove to ourselves that we can bag the person or get this right, So just in that alone, there's this implication of a previous something that breathes down your neck, that's mentally exhausting. a situation from the past that perhaps has been drip by drip draining your energy for a long time now, few years at least. And now to have this current situation, burgeoning situation, mirror that one and bring that pain back to the surface in a way that causes internal strife. Now, because internal strife is no small thing, what you have to realize about the battle going on inside you right now is that it's about trust. Your mind is trying to figure out if you are still trustworthy because you're making decisions or leaning towards decisions that have caused you so much pain in the past that your mind is now beginning to wonder if you are in fact the best steward for this decision, because you're seemingly discounting something that's eerily similar to what has already happened, and you know the result of those choices, and your mind does as well. So the product of that sort of internal struggle is that your self-esteem plummets, because in so many ways you are showing yourself that you can't be trusted and you're not capable. I'm sorry, that's very harsh, and I apologize for saying it that way. And as soon as I said it, I felt that. I don't have a stinger, but I felt that one. Okay, I apologize. I'm in your energy today. I can't even, I took a nap. I did that thing with like Chinese medicine. This is the time when you're supposed to expose your back to the sun. I was like, you know what? I can't even, I'm going to go sit on a rock and expose my back to the sun like a cold-blooded animal. Like, I just need to center and warm myself because I can feel myself getting pulled into really imbalanced situations, and that's all your energy. That's not me. And this is an energy that comes up in your astrology as well, and it persists for a good 4 or 5 months. You're not out of the woods just because, you know, we end Leo season mid-July. No. This is you having to choose if you will persist in being the main character in your own life or not. Because every so often you start fucking putting up postings, you know, looking for main character. Like, you start taking auditions every so often looking for someone else to be the main character in your life. And I know, again, I'm saying things that are very harsh. I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just, it's true. And there's no, when the cards are this like shady about it, it's hard not to put it that way. You have this like air of like, I know I'm the shit and nobody doubts you. We know you know you're the shit, and we also know you're the shit. So we're all in agreement here. But that's what makes it so confusing, that every so often you forego the role and start auditioning for other people to be the main character in your life. It's so deeply confusing, especially to your friends who know you for the energetic powerhouse you really are. It's always cringe for them. It's always difficult for them to watch you shrink and become small and you know, develop these kind of weird codependent new habits and new ways of being that mirror somebody who just it's like you have to be able to maintain that strength and intensity in a relationship, and you cannot keep getting into relationships with people who immediately get to work on dismantling that intensity and that strength. If there is one thing that defines you, you can say it's like, you know, sexuality, this and that, sacral energy, sacral chakra. No, it's just strength. Oh, Scorpios are so sexy because they're strong. Oh, Scorpios are so good looking because they're strong. Oh, Scorpios are so good in bed because they're strong. Oh, they always have gorgeous heads of hair because they're strong. Because they're strong. Because you're strong. All of the things that people associate mistakenly with sexuality, it's power. It's not sexuality. It's power. Power is sexy. But you can channel that however you want. That's why Scorpios are so successful in the boardroom and the bedroom. You're successful in business settings as well as social settings, as well as romantic settings. You get what you want. Why? Because there's power there. So when we, as the collective that loves you, admires you, aspires to be like you, watch you give your power to some schmuck, who couldn't make it 2 steps without you. When we watch you give your vitality up for that person so they won't feel small in your presence, it is so hard for us, because what we see is just the very beginning of a very long journey of you losing yourself step by step by step by step by step. And where's the issue? Where does it start from? It starts from you not knowing caliber-wise what you're getting involved in, and you find out too late that the person who was super attracted to your fire and intensity was only attracted to it as long as they didn't have to stand next to it like this. As long as it was something that they could dominate and therefore make themselves, because that's what sexuality is, it's domination, right? Like one of the things they say is that if you really want a man to think about fucking you, all you have to do is try to put him in his place. All you have to do is intimidate him, because as soon as you intimidate a man, they immediately start thinking about fucking you, because it equalizes things in their head. They can think about dominating you in that way. So any person, and this is for men, women, and the rest of us, okay? Anyone who has been super attracted to your intensity, your depth, your strength, and then it seemed like just overnight they started going to work on that for you, even though it seemed to be what pulled them in. It's because the nature of your relationship at the time was different. They were in a position to feed off of your strength by feeling like they were dominating that strength. Once they have to stand parallel to you and this becomes an equal venture, right? Then all of a sudden your strength and intensity is no longer something they can dominate sexually. This is something that now starts to eat them alive. Okay? Because it brings to mind, and perhaps I've used this before. You guys can let me know if you've been watching long enough, but it brings to mind Salieri and Amadeus at Mozart. You know, it's that like beautiful movie Amadeus. It's that same really kind of strange relationship that Salieri develops, not with Mozart himself, which I would venture to say he never really got to know, but with Mozart's talent. He has such an intimate, envious relationship with Mozart's talent that he makes it his life's business to basically drive the man out of his head, because he cannot have the talent that Mozart has. So in the same way, you know, there are, from an outside perspective, there are so many moments where we see someone, friends, family, loved ones, romantic partners, systematically try to take you apart. We know they're not your friends. We know they're not good for you. But you've done that strange Scorpio thing you do where you just, it's seemingly arbitrary. Maybe you have a thought process behind it, but you just kind of pick people that you're like, I'm going to be loyal to that person no matter what. And it's like, and yes, sometimes you have a reason, I'll give it to you, and it's like an insane reason, like they pulled me out of a burning car or something, cool. But then most of the time, it's like something stupid, like I knew his brother in junior high or something, and it's like, like you're being loyal to someone who is trying to dismantle you on a fundamental level, and you don't even see it. So if you're in a relationship where you feel this imbalance, you can either reconnect with that person as equals and have these hard conversations about who you are and who you will remain, or things fall apart in those arenas. Because I don't think that you can hide this strength anymore. I think too much is happening too quick that shows your power for what it is, and it's a glorious thing. But in the meantime, if you feel like things are falling apart and people are being alienated by you, welcome to the fucking club. That's what happens when you show your power. That's what happens when you step into your power and you live in it and you stop being apologetic about it. It's matcha. Okay. So, the relationships get super intense, like I said. But here's the thing. You're mentally exhausted by all this intensity, starting in like 2 days. Got you. But it doesn't mean that you don't have the energy to evolve and change, because like I said, the driving factor of the next 6 months, it looks like for you, is just that you want resolution. That thing that needed to be done, it needs to be done. That thing that needed to get hung up, it needs to be hung up. It needs to just like, there's too many things on this list of things that needed to be done. And like, I need to, like, you are no longer willing to wait on anybody else's timeline for things that you feel are roadblocks to your evolution. Whether it's moving, fixing stuff, changing jobs, disconnecting from someone romantically or otherwise. There are impediments to your evolution. You see them clearly. And for the first time, perhaps emotionally in a long time, you have the stamina to jump over them and leave them behind, because leaving things behind is really, 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 really hard for you. No matter what you say, I know you guys do that thing. Oh, once I'm done, I'm done. You don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to mock you. No, we know. We know how intense you are. We know how scary you are. We know how much you mean it when you say you're done. And we also know that you never forget anyone and you obsessively think about everybody that you've ever been with. And the more you say you don't, it just means you do. I don't know why I'm reading you, so I'm trying not to. I don't even know what's wrong with me. I have Mercury in Taurus. That's all I can say. And there's a Mars-Uranus conjunction. I have Mercury in Taurus. This is my only excuse for anything that I'm saying. My Mercury sits across from you and knows exactly how to like point those horns at you. Okay. Now, what is the silver lining of all of this emotional fucking kick up and mayhem? You have a lot of great opportunities coming to you. And you also have this sense of like, I'm protecting this. I do think we need to evolve. I'm going to protect this relationship. I'm going to protect this career. I'm going to protect this home, this family. Whatever it is, these connections, I'm going to protect them. I have too much invested here to be just chill about this. So emotionally, that's where you are. And then career and money-wise, you can just feel everything coming at you. Like, people want to talk to you. They want to work with you. They want to throw money at you. They want to collaborate. They're just paying so much attention to you. You're beating them off with a stick. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Especially considering how much jitteriness you have around love right now. It's really impressive to see how you can kind of compartmentalize and keep crushing it work-wise while, experiencing quite a lot of upheaval. Now, for those of you who are like, yeah, but this is something from the past and I should be over this by now, and I know we shouldn't still be talking about it. Don't be afraid to say it like that. Yeah, for some of you it is that. And you know what? If it's taking you 10 years to heal from something, then it's taking you 10 years to heal from something. I saw my Scorpio rising ex after 9 years the other day. It was one of the best moments of my life. It was so gratifying. It was amazing. And it needed to happen, We all showcase our evolution and where we're at every single day of our lives by how we present ourselves. As we go into career and money in the extended and we talk about mental health, physical health, some general advice, I urge you to pay attention to your presentation. And why do I say that? Because I also feel that this is a time where you're going to be, the way I'm being right now with you is the way you're going to be with people. I feel like this is a time where you're just not going to be able to help yourself and you're going to be telling a lot of truths. Perhaps even other people's secrets. There's like things that you just have to say. Some of them are hidden by other people and they're not going to appreciate that you're saying them. And also this can happen to you. Someone can say stuff about you that you really wish no one would know. So prepare yourself for that. Don't discount how much upheaval this can bring. Don't piss anybody off just to piss them off, especially if they have info about you. Be careful. Yeah? Okay, now let's talk to the cross watchers. For those of you who are interested in a Scorpio sun, Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, first of all, this is not usually how I do the Scorpio readings. Scorpios know that. Usually I'm like, I have it together. So for me to come to you like this in my favorite t-shirt again is emblematic of what's going on with Scorpios right now. They need a little bit of time to get their shit together. And if you take their taking time personally, if you take them wanting evolution and progress for all involved, if you take that personally, I think you push them away. I think when someone needs time and someone else takes it personally, it just reinforces to the person who needs time why they need it. Because they're taking time in the first place because they can sense that a part of them is kind of slipping away. They need to recharge and reassemble themselves. And most people do this, right? Especially introverts, which is what Scorpios are. So that's another thing. If you're interested in a Scorpio, it's really easy to forget that they're introverted, not because they're not quiet. They are quiet, but they're such a magnetic, large presence that it's easy to forget they're actually not trying to attract attention. So you're talking about someone who is not trying to attract attention, but attracts it anyway. They've attracted your attention, but they're not in the best of spaces and they're not presenting really well right now. And that's okay because you and I know that they're gorgeous no matter what, but it's not about us and it's not about you. It's about how they feel about themselves in relation to what's going on in their life and in relation to you. Because you may be, I'm sorry to say, the source of their biggest problem. Scorpios don't want to admit it, but they really have things together usually most of the time. Family, they're committed, they're loyal, till death do us part on that shit, right? Work, they fucking kill it, they give it everything they have, they're gorgeous and magnetic. Who's not going to fucking love that? Love, relationships, trust issues. This is their Achilles heel. So I don't want to be the person who's just, bullshitting you. If they're stressed, it's probably because of you. And the best thing that you can do for someone who's really stressed because of you is make every interaction they have with you positive, which means that you are not talking about yourself. You are not talking about your needs. You're not even necessarily talking about their needs. You're not even trying to solve their problems or be of help in that way. You're just fucking chill. Because in moments like this, I think the thing that Scorpios need most is safe harbor, where someone will just not fucking bother them with demands. They're reconfiguring. Be sweet, be nice, be beautiful, and then just, they will come back to you with all their passion, all their power, as soon as they figure out that you're not trying to manipulate or use them, especially when they're reconfiguring. Okay? Scorpio, how'd I do? Good, right? Okay, I love you. I'll see you in the extended. That's below. You can get it as a single purchase on Patreon or as a membership, or like a subscription. You can get it through Vimeo or a PayPal link. And also there's a link for recorded readings that look just like this below. And I figured out the issue, so the videos that look like this can be 10 minutes long. Love you.